Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. Where the Wild Things Are. This is our title page. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. So you can see. Here we go. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another, his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." And so he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max. And he sailed off through the night and through the day. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with a magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened, and they called him the most wild thing of all. And made him the king of all the wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. And the wild rumpus was going on. And there is Max, the king of the wild things. And the wild things, including Max, were wild where the wild things live. They were moving and shaking, and Max was the king. Now stop, Max said, and all the wild things off to bed without their supper. They were sent off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely and wanted to be with someone who loved him most of all. Then all around from far away, across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being the king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars, gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and he waved goodbye. And he sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And the supper was still hot. The end. Now, in the story where the wild things are, some things are real and some things are make believe. What was real? What was make believe? It's something to think about. The end.